I kind of felt stuck, and I was doing it by myself, and I really needed somebody to help me and to guide me and to
Yeah.
coach me to do it. So I felt like it was time for me to develop an opportunity and to really invest in myself personally and professionally.
Right.
So I found you and Leap, and it changed everything.
Diane, I am so excited to talk to you. Like just seeing your journey is going to be so inspiring to so many people who are listening to this. So first of all, just want to introduce you, President, CEO of Cranberry Way. Like you are just amazing what's possible and what you're selling now to corporates and what you're enabling and what you're making possible. And I want you to share your incredible journey with the listeners. So we met what, a year ago or whatever, right?
Right, right.
What was it like? I mean, you came with many years in Disney. I mean, you were already like kick ass, right? But tell me a little more. Like,
Yeah.
where did we catch you?
When we met, when I found you, right, on this wisp of an opportunity that I just, thank God, got put in front of me. I was at a point where I had started a company. I was doing some work that I really felt like was great work, but it wasn't my true north. It wasn't work that I was capitalizing on my experience and my exposure and my expertise on. And so I just felt for years that there was something missing, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And I don't know if I found you somehow. Somehow I found this concept of your name and your expertise and what you do at Leap. And it was kind of exactly the right time at the right place.
Yeah.
And I felt like I needed to go for it from a an opportunity for me to really get some direction and some assistance in helping to kind of pivot. I kind of felt stuck, and I was doing it by myself, and I really needed somebody to help me and to guide me and to
Yeah.
coach me to do it. So I felt like it was time for me to develop an opportunity and to really invest in myself personally and professionally.
Right.
So I found you and Leap, and it changed everything.
Amazing. And Diane, I want to go there because the people that we work with, by definition, are driven high achievers. You were exactly it, right? Like you were already a high achiever, you were already driven. At some point, maybe you fell off that horse of success, which happens to all of us, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then it's like, how do I get back on? Like, how do I charge my worth? How do I make this a real business? Like, how do I like lift myself? So tell me a little bit, but again, but it's also scary. And you decided to be decisive, to be committed to your change, to be coachable, to make this happen,
Mm-hmm.
and to be resourceful and to invest in yourself. Like, what made you decide? Because I'm sure a lot of people want to do this, but they'll continue thinking about it, dreaming about it, procrastinating, right? Which is,
Yeah.
let me try another, year or two on my own, right? So, what made you decide? That's it. I'm putting that line in the sand and I need to take control. I want to be proud. I want to be, to feel like that kick ass woman that I should be and business leader, right? So, what
Right.
was it?
I think I think for me there it was that line in the sand, right? So I knew there was more I could do. I knew that I had more in me. I felt stifled in my inability to do this myself. And I was going to continue to live in this world on this other side of the sand, looking
Yeah.
at what was over there and what I had potential to do. I had a pretty great tool belt. I had a great toolbox. I knew I could do it. I just needed help. And I knew that I couldn't do it alone. And I felt like I had such a desire to see on the other side of that sand. I had such a desire to live a different life and to do it differently and to be a different person that at some point you realize you need to bring people with you and you need help.
Yeah.
And I didn't have this, I didn't have the network and the resources for me to do this myself, or
Right.
else I would have. At some point you realize that there's an opportunity and you have to take it.
And initially it was kind of like, okay, so what's next? What is exactly what really am I doing? And now you just went ballistic. Like, it's just amazing to see it. So I want to hear about both, right? Because people are really afraid. What if it doesn't work? What do I do? Like that, right? It's that unknown time that you're trying to work it out. You're trying to make sure that it's worth it. You're trying to make sure that the investment is worth 10x, 100x, not,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So what was it during Leap that just suddenly clicked? Because it takes some time,
Hmm.
realistically, but then
Hmm.
suddenly it clicked, and you close this amazing deal now, and there's more opportunities coming your way, and you're like,
Yeah.
now I can see it soaring.
Yeah.
So tell me more.
So I do think the work that we do in Leap, the work that you gave us to do in reference to really honing in on um, our desires, our vision for ourselves. I think taking that time to really think about it selfishly and developmentally to say, what do I really want? No one ever gets to really talk about that. We're always worried about other people or our teams or our businesses. But it really was an opportunity for me to say, okay, so A, what do I really want? And then B, where's my expertise? And the work that we did really breaking down skills and what are you really good at and where your reputation, where do you want to hang your reputation on? I think that
Right.
for me was a big one. I didn't have a solid vision for myself. And if you don't have a vision for yourself as a leader,
How do you sell
that's
it?
going to be tough for you to develop that without a crystallization of kind of what you want and
Right.
who you want to be. And some of that visualization work really to
Right.
focus on it. So I really do think some of that work, and I explained it to some people where they kind of break us down to, to build us back up and
Yeah.
to kind of re-engineer us. So the vision of where I could go
Yeah.
and to focus on what is my expertise and what is my true passion and helping me develop a guide map to get there.
Yes. And I love that. And I think beyond that, I could see slowly how you're stretching your mind to also what's possible for this business. Like, what is really possible? Because it's not about making 5K a month. It's really about creating a business that changes lives, corporates, and your life on the journey, right?
Yes,
So I
yes.
want to go there for a second, because now you look different. You are a very proud CEO and president. You are dealing with some incredible corporations, doing some awesome things. Like, so tell me a little bit. And again, you're dealing with programs that changes the corporates, it changes lives, it makes people happier, fulfilled.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit, where are you now?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So this program I'm working on really is an opportunity for our organization that we're working with to really rethink. Again, my favorite term is to really reshape their thinking about. For me, it's all about the employee experience and our corporate cultures that we're driving. So, as leaders, I'm having them learn new ways to think about the employee experience as much as people talk about a guest experience. So how is that reshaping the corporate culture for
Right.
this large international brand
Right.
who are re-looking at things differently from so that's just going to be some great downstream impacts that we're
Right.
starting to see, and we're going to hopefully reshape the landscape when it comes to some of the things around culture and brand and employee experience,
Amazing.
so that our employees have the same focus as our guests when it comes to what happens to them inside of a workday.
Right. So when corporates come to Cranberry Way and to Diane and the team, what is it that you're bringing with you that makes you so special, and why the results that you're seeing are just going to be off the charts?
Yeah, I think I worked at a very amazing corporate culture in my for 20 years at Disney gave me amazing opportunities to understand the impact of employee culture and a corporate brand that you're proud of, as well as the tool belts of, focusing on um, impact to detail, leadership,
Yeah.
risk taking. Sometimes, Walt was a big risk taker. So that was a big corporate culture piece for us that we are going to do. Sometimes you have to do the uncommon things to really change the landscape. So that expertise of culture and branding and the pieces that I learned about risk taking and being a pioneer and some of the things that we did in our organization, helping to show that to other leaders so they themselves can kind of rethink their impacts that they can have on their own companies kind of direction and focus on maybe doing things differently to get to a different result, and helping them see it differently.
I love that, Dan. So, and what the beautiful thing is, we both know that when you show them a different way of looking at it and the employees are really happier, fulfilled, etc., they're more motivated, there's more productivity, the results are faster, the results are higher, like everything just, so it actually impacts the bottom line and moves the needle in the organizations in a
Right,
significant way, right? Because
right,
today, employee retention is one of the hardest thing that
right.
corporates face, because there's just all this battle of salaries and like all of
Yep,
that. So the
right.
question is, how do I retain the most significant talent that I have,
Hmm.
and not bribe them only with money, because there's better ways. And I think this is
Right,
part of what you're showing, that
right.
look at this, like there's ways to do this, and that actually going to move the needle on the organization. Am I getting this right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And again, the more we can see things differently, the better. And employees they just want a happy place to work. We don't have to bend over backwards for them, but at the end of the day, they deserve to have a rewarding
Yeah.
experience. I remember a general manager of mine at Disney once said, happy cows produce better milk. And I think when you have the right culture in place and the right leaders doing what they should be doing so that that interaction and those relationships are strong,
Right.
there's no way you can't do better. And I firmly believe in the concept of re-recruiting your employees. They have to
Right.
constantly be re-recruited because they will go and they have been going. So why not put programs in place and initiatives in place where you can keep those great talented employees?
Amazing. And now we actually even talked about, how you even take it a step further, and, how do we, include you in our executive circle, and you're going supersonic. So tell me a little bit where, what I think what's beautiful is what you're doing to cultures or to organizations is showing them reshaping their thinking, right? And I can see how you're reshaping your thinking towards where
Mm-hmm.
your business can go, because it's not about one project or two projects. This is about how do you scale and build and delegate and create the massive team that you can create, because that means more impact, more, so walk me through a little bit, like how far can Diane go?
Well, I do think there's such opportunity, right? Even if this wasn't just the worst kind of pandemic situation that we have in reference to the Great Resignation, or before that, it was always about, meaningful work experiences, right? We all have to work, most of us, right? So if you have to work, you might as well make it enjoyable. For me personally, though, there's a lot of companies out there that are needing some new direction. Maybe their wires need to be changed. Maybe we just need to put in a new light bulb,
Mhm.
to really brighten up what's happening. So I do think, continuing for me personally and professionally to have the coaching I need to grow and expand.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a one client or two client company, right?
Yeah.
So we have a lot of organizations that we can impact, as we grow, and I would love to build a team and make sure that we have opportunities to impact more
Amazing.
organizations.
Amazing. And I can totally see where you're going. And I love it on so many levels. So let me ask you, Diane, A couple more questions. So I know a lot of people are just debating, like, do I want to leave my, comfy corporate job and try to create something on my own, but it's scary and it takes time to make money out of it, and which is true. Um, what would you say to people like that?
I would say invest in yourself. I think we shortchange what we bring to the table.
Yeah.
I think we live in a world where we are constantly questioning our abilities and our strengths, and we wait for others to tell us. We wait for others to put us in an opportunity to do something.
Right.
I think that opportunity to self-invest and to give yourself the chance to see where this goes, it's not going to ever be unrewarding. Um, there'll always be personal and professional opportunities and development. So
Yeah.
the opportunity just to create some time and focus on yourself is never something that would be a waste.
Yeah.
Seeds are planted all the time, right? And things grow at different paces,
Right.
based on what gets watered and how often you're watered. But
I love that.
I do think the concept of the nutrition, the nutrients and the water that is grown in the seeds that are planted in Leap are 20-fold, right?
Yeah.
So the network is great. I think just making sure that our self-worth
Yeah.
and our vision for ourselves deserve the same attention that we provide in other areas of our life.
Right. And I agree. And I totally get that, Diane. And like I tell to people, I have my own coach, right? Because again, that's what stretches you beyond what you thought was possible, right? And I think that's really important. But you also had the courage to literally do it, right? Which is amazing. And now we kind of talked a little bit before the call, but you mentioned I want you to express a little bit, what does it feel like? Because right now you made a lot of money. It closed a big deal. We're not going to talk about numbers, but it's massive and there's like a lot more coming. So tell me, what does it feel, Diane? Because I think people need to hear it to say, oh my God, like, look at her. She is
No,
grinning. What does it feel?
I'm not going to tell you that I'm not proud of the work that we've done, and I'm not saying me. It's we've, right. So the
Yeah.
team that we've established with the Leap group and my mentors and yourself and some of the growth strategists that you work with. It's really prideful. I can say I'm proud of the work I've done, and to really bring the best of myself into this next chapter. I feel quite fulfilled. It's nice to know that you have rewarded yourself by taking an investment of everything that you've done in your past and to really shape it in a way that it benefits you the most.
Yeah.
We all have rich experiences. We all come from great places that have given us a lot. And it's really just about pivoting and taking that information
Yeah.
and pushing yourselves forward to use it in the best way possible.
I
And
agree.
so it feels good to know that I can influence leaders the way I've done, and the organization is interested in hearing my thoughts on things that before maybe I felt like I needed to wait for someone else to do that in front of me. To
Yeah.
be the voice with the leaders and the CEOs to talk to them about what you can do and how you can help them
Yeah.
feels really good
It
to be at the
feels
table at the
great.
right place.
Yes, it feels great. And what about, and probably your kids now see Diane and mom in a new light, right? They're thinking, oh my God, my mom is kick ass. Like, how is that feeling?
I wish. I do think they see a different mom. I do think they see somebody who is going after their goals and visions, and so I think that's a good legacy for them to see that mom set her mind to something and it's getting done, and they're enjoying the journey as well. It doesn't hurt that some of these places are at a beach, so they're benefiting greatly.
Oh, I love it. Yes. So the truth is that our career impacts everything, right? Our
Right.
sleep, our health, our relationship, our mood, it's everywhere. And
Mhm.
I can already see the Diane a year ago, and I can see you now, and how you're proud and excited and fulfilled, and you look and sound different. You know that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I
So,
definitely feel just in a different place. I think when you have a different set of legs to stand on, I think everything just feels better when you have a better sense of who you are and how you can take
yeah.
what you've got and move it forward.